Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. How are my dreamers? I just wanted to let you know that I got a new microphone. So, for all those that had told me that I need better sound, now I have it. So, please leave a little comment below if it's a lot better. If this microphone isn't better, then I can exchange it. We are in July. I hope you guys had like a really good holiday weekend and got to connect with friends and family. For me, I was just home, just nurturing and taking care of myself. All these transits are in my 12th house, so forgive me. I'm super out of it and super tired because not only is things transiting my 12th house, but we're in between eclipses, which the veil is thin, meaning that there's a lot of communication that can come through from our higher self and other world, as well as this geomagnetic energy for today is really high. It's in the red. It's up to 5. And I've been feeling like super just drained and tired and foggy mind. Can't think straight. But it's also Mercury Retrograde. Now, if you're wondering what app this is Space Weather Live. And it literally sends me notifications about the KP index, which is the geomagnetic activity index based on the data from the geomagnetic meters around the world. So we have been getting a lot of energy coming through as far as solar wind as well. Look at this solar wind, how much it's increased. Okay, just keeps going up. This is also affecting the energy of the earth, right? So with this build up to this full moon, it's a partial solar eclipse that's happening on the 16th. So we had a new moon in Cancer, and that was a total solar eclipse. Now we're building up, and that was on the 2nd. Now we're building up to the full moon in Capricorn, which is on the 16th. And that is an earth. So we have a water and an earth. So with that, there is always extreme weather changes that are affected by the eclipses because of the pools of physics and everything and the planets, right? Water, we might be seeing a lot of floods, blah, blah, blah. But then as it builds up, we could be experiencing some big earthquakes, and because it is in an earth sign. Now, with that being said, the next lunar cycle is the new moon in Leo on the July 31st. And this is Pacific time. And this is pretty much a portal. They call it the Lion's Gate or whatever. You can call it whatever you want, but it is a portal. We're in a portal now. It's kind of like driving through like a really dark tunnel. And you feel that the tunnel's almost about to end because like the light keeps getting a little brighter and a little brighter. And that's kind of how we're feeling. And after these eclipses, I mean, there's a lot of things that are changing, even our perspective and like our mind and the way that we see things have changed. So that's why I'm like, okay, we gotta make sure to have our ego in check because we're seeing other truths. Maybe something that we've believed or thought for the last 8 years or the last few years. We're seeing like this change in perspective, and we're seeing like this heart. We're seeing through our heart. We're really trying to balance between the head and the heart, the masculine and the feminine, the Mars and the Venus. And we are finding like this unconditional love and forgiveness for like others. We want to connect and we want to forgive. And it's finally here. Like there is a sense of like the past is the past. I want to move forward in a positive light, in a positive way. Yes, I'll learn from the past. That is a part of myself and my experiences, but we're all human and we all make mistakes. So that's kind of what I'm feeling like the collective is kind of at for this next month. Okay, so I will be talking a lot about the energy for the rest of July, but I'm going to focus on Mercury retrograde and the dates pertaining to July 7th is when Mercury went stationary retrograde, and then July 31st, which is when Mercury is stationary direct on the new moon in Leo. And that's why I added the new moon in Leo into this video. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe and like and share my videos. Okay, so the North Node and the Sun are conjunct in Cancer with Venus. And this is about asking ourselves, what do we want to create for the future in the way that we earn money or make money if we're not in alignment with our values, okay? So in the way that also we nurture and love ourselves and other. So what is your value? What do you value? Is it love? Is it money? Is it power? Is it control? What is your value? And it's things to think about because we have the masculine and feminine side of ourselves, which, really pertains to, well, is it power? Is it money? Or is it family? Is it love? Is it peace? Is it freedom? Like there's so many things that pertain to value. It could be a physical thing or a non-physical thing. So now taking that and manifesting it into our daily routine so we can start to see some kind of reinforcement. So also asking ourselves how the things that we value oppose that of society or friends or family and structures of the old world, what they want for us, okay? So we all have that person in our life, right? If it's not your parents, but a lot of our times it's our parents, they put all these high demands of what they want for us, or, are you going to go to school, or are you going to be a doctor, like all these things. But ultimately, it's our life and it's our choice. So some of us want that recognition and that acceptance from our parents, but you are trading off your authentic soul's purpose or destiny. And that could be very detrimental to your soul's evolution. So keep that in mind. Make sure that you are on your path. And how are you going to navigate getting where you want to go in our value and expressing that in the world moving forward? So our goal is to be in alignment with our higher self and soul's authentic calling and be able to integrate that into the new world and self with an easy transition from those around that do not support us in being our authentic selves. Some want to control others, have judgments that are projecting a status they want to withstand or set in their old ways, creating a closed-minded outlook on life in which we do not operate. So being open to listening to new ways, new paths, and new perspectives is ultimately freeing. How many of these beliefs or judgments are actually yours? It's a good question, right? Which ones have been karmically passed down through our biological family? What can we let go of that is not serving our higher self and creating disharmony within and without? So, for an example, maybe your parents had said something all the time, okay? And you found yourself saying it as well, but it's not resonating. It's like you say it and it comes out of your mouth and you're like, that doesn't feel right, or that doesn't feel aligned. So yeah, something along those lines. Mercury is also conjunct Mars in Leo. This is our higher self and our heart's communicating with our ego and drive, giving us the perspective that we need to move forward. But we have to make moves and look at the prior steps and have these conversations with our ego self to eliminate self-preserving barriers so we can fully take mindful action steps to get what we truly love and value without self-destruction and fear of rejection or failure. Venus is helping us focus on our feminine energy, pulling strength from that heartfelt drive for love and connection. Mercury is the planet of communications, thoughts. The way that our mind processes things is going retrograde in Leo. And it is going to back into Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. So we have Leo ruled by the sun. We're having conversations with our vital life force energy and our masculine ego self. Then we have Venus, our feminine internal soul self, okay, is assisting to balance these two aspects of self and integrate and transmute this energy going forward. So we could really project our newfound value and higher self into the world to make change, to move away from the old systems, the old patterns, the old ways of thinking, the old repeated cycles throughout history, even karmic cycles, our family cycles, like generational curses, and letting go of that karmic past that has been repeated that we have learned much in our early life, and what has been passed down, however, now needing that as fuel to change history for the betterment of our future generations. We can do this by being an example, by living our best life, taking mindful actions to stand for our beliefs and our values. Now, that's being a good model for our children and our future generations, right? Especially if we want to make change, because I believe that we come back. I've lived many lives here. Okay. So when you, let's say your body gives out, your spirit goes and returns with the universe and God, and then eventually it comes back. There's no space and time. So it's all happening all at once because we never die. It just seems like we do. And we come back. What do you want to come back to? Do you want to come back to the same fucking story? The same fucking world? Hell no. I want to come back and I want this world to be like everyone is loving each other. There's no poor, rich, everyone is equal. And they're just like having fun flying to different planets in the cosmos because we're going to be that advanced. Like there's no like, I need to find love, because literally you could just like go type in your birth information and it's just going to like pair you with your perfect match. And yeah, so things are going to be freaking awesome. And that's if we continue. Never die. Here we go. The karmic debts have been satisfied for most of us, and we are having help figuring out what exactly isn't working for us by finding this with the 5 planets retrograde. Did I say them all? Mercury, Chiron, Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter. Oh, 6. My bad. 6 retrogrades. Yes, 6 retrogrades. Holy crap. That's why my brain doesn't work. I'm like, brain, please work. That's why I had to like mindfully type this whole thing out, because my brain doesn't fucking work. So, anyways, listen to your dreams, okay? And take time for going inward to analyze and to organize your thoughts into seeing the big picture perspective. Now, as far as dreams go, the veil's thin, okay? A lot of things are coming up from our past with Saturn and Pluto on the south node, okay? This could be past fears, past things. So you guys might be having nightmares. You guys might be having dreams from the past or people from the past. Or you could just be having some very like intuitive dreams, and or you're having desire dreams of what you really want to manifest, giving you an idea. Also with this geomagnetic energy that's really heightened is also creating an effect of our dream states when we're sleeping. Okay. So keep that in mind. On the 31st, when Mercury stationary direct, it is at the new moon in Leo. After having these conversations, literally, with Mars, Sun, Moon, and Venus. These conversations for the next 3 weeks should give Mercury the understanding that it needs before directing its energy in the direction we desire. So this is a time for going inward and thinking because, 6 planets are retrograde and a lot of healing's going on, okay? A lot of understanding, a lot of clarity, a lot of epiphanies. It will be at full speed mid-August, ready to move forward into its new journey, its new perspective, its new daily routines with our new habits in place to aim us in the direction that we want to see our lives for the next decade. We're wrapping up a decade. This is the last 6 months of 2019. Eclipses set the stage for the next 6 months. So keep that in mind as well. Once Mercury reaches Virgo, we will be able to harvest the fruit that we want to see in the future years of 2020. So this is huge, especially that the masculine and feminine, which has a lot to do with the twin flame relationship. They're doing a dance, and their dance is getting closer and closer and closer and closer. Twin flames. Mars is the masculine, Venus is a feminine, will be in union and conjunct in Virgo on August 23rd. And Mercury will make its way to that meeting place late August 30th. And it's going to relay the messages between the worlds. So this is a huge karmic closing chapter. This Mercury retrograde is it's a very important transit this time, being that it's in between eclipses, as well as waxing moon between the nodes, and the veil is really thin. Manifestation is really high. Emotions are intense, and we're having a need to take our control back. We could be feeling like we're just flying off the planet or like not understanding everything that we're feeling and what's going on. Cancer season is all about self-care, nurturing others. Our home front is our major focus. Our environment is essential. So like if you felt like cleaning and organizing and getting ourselves, we're getting ready. We're getting ready for our new lives to take place. We're cleaning house. We're getting rid of old shit. We're moving things around. I moved around my room. I've moved around a lot of things. I'm tackling projects that are unfinished. That is like huge for Mercury retrograde. So taking those old projects, making a list of everything that keeps going through your head, and then checking them off your list, crossing them off your list, feels amazing, and you get things done. So when the planets start moving forward, we will have our new lives. They will begin in the new world, the new decade, and a brand new book. And there's no going back. So make sure that you're making the right decisions, because this is the end. So we could have our once upon a time.
Once upon a time, there was a dream to love.
Ooh, I gotta wet my whistle because I be talking too much. This is amazing. So I was obsessed with boba tea. Thought I'd make it at home without the tapioca balls because I don't even know where to get those. But what I did was I boiled a pot of tea. You could do Earl Grey or black tea, whichever you prefer. And then I put it in the refrigerator, or you could just set it out in the sun. Either way. Put it in the refrigerator. And then I poured my oat milk. Well, it's like milk that made with oats, and it's super good. Then I used my hummingbird nectar to put in it to sweeten it because it's cold, and sugar and honey doesn't really work well in that. So how you make the nectar is 1 part sugar to 3 parts water. That's how I do it because my hummingbirds like it a little sweeter. So yeah, I put it all together and it tastes like super good. Yeah, so thank you for staying tuned as long as you did. I want to make an announcement though. For those in the San Francisco Bay Area, I am doing a Cruise in the Cosmo talk at the Heartbeat Collective in Oakland on July 28th. What will I be talking about? Well, I'll be talking about the transits that are about to happen in August to prepare you, as well as detailed lecture, but a fun lecture about Saturn return. So any of you in your 20s, you're going to want to come and check this out to prepare you for your Saturn return. And you are in your Saturn return if you are around 27, 28, 29, 30. Or your second Saturn return if you're like 57, 8, 9, 60. You're in your second Saturn return. So, that being said, come out and check it out. It's donation-based. Suggested donation is $15 because I take a lot of time to put together my PowerPoint and to, take my time to come out and help y'all out. Oh, I just channeled Coyote? Oh, cool. Well, I went camping. I got to see my bats. And if you follow me on social media, which if you don't, you should, got an Instagram, go over to that. I think I have the links below. And then I have Lucid Living Movement on Facebook, which I post all my things there too. So love you guys. And thanks for supporting me and helping the collective, one soul at a time, baby. So, how do you like my new mic? Look, it is a real mic. I'll have the links below if it's really good. I'll put a link so you can buy your own. It's called Audio Technica ATR 2100 USB. I'm transiting my 12th house of craziness. Crazy.
I'm a crazy woman.
I'm about to paint my rocks. So peace out. Talk to you later.